Let's go, man. Let's go.
I always forget to unmute my mic.
Always forget. Never fails. But the Kentucky Wildcats, man, big game coming up against Florida. Really exciting game.
Really exciting game about to take place. Cannot wait.
If you saw the thumbnail, you see that Kentucky absolutely dominated last time these two played. So we hope for more of the same tonight. Some of my keys to the game before the game begins: get Keon Brooks involved early. Keon Brooks was a plus 27 last game. Huge. We cannot replace that. We need to get him going early, get him involved early. We need him to play and play well. And then during the 3-game winning streak, we have had 15 assists, 17 assists, and 12 assists. Okay, which averages out to pretty much 15 assists per game. Share the ball. Share the sugar. Get everybody going. Don't be selfish. That's the biggest thing Cal has preached pretty much all year long. And be confident. Over the last 3 games, we've shot about 40% from downtown. What's going on, Mike? It does look very good, Daniel. How we doing? But yes, shoot with confidence. Stay confident. What's up, Rick? How we doing, Rick? Let's go, man. This is a big game. Wisconsin chipping away. Illinois, if they win that one, that would be a very, very tough win without AO. And we always do this before every game: the score prediction and scoring leader prediction. Happy senior night, yes, sir. Daniel, how is it in Rupp? I know you're there. How's the energy? Are the fans anticipating a big one? But my scoring leader for today is Davion Mintz. I think he's going to have a big game for us. He's our big game player. And then I predict the score to be Kentucky 74, Florida 70. Okay, in our first meeting, we did a really good job on Trey Mann. He shot 2 of 9 from the field. He had 3 turnovers. So we've done really well the last few games against high-quality guards. We need to keep that up. Keep Trey Mann under control because that kid kind of makes him go. Tyree Appleby had 10 points. And then, of course, Anthony DeRui had 15. I'm really excited to get going. Some of their big man, Trey Mann, Colin Castleton, Tyree Appleby, Noah Locke, Scotty Lewis. Scotty Lewis has been a major, I feel like, bust. You know, coming into his freshman year, there were big hopes, big dreams for Scotty. So it'll be interesting to see how he plays. I'm going to have the game pulled up on my phone at first, since Arizona and Washington have 3 minutes left to go. Boston is going to smash today, I think. Hey, positive vibes. Positive vibes for BJ Boston. Florida's always had the same problem. Too big of a rotation. Yeah. Whenever I was looking at it, man, they have over, 11 guys that get minutes. You know? Like, at some point, you have to shorten it. Like, Cal has really shortened his rotation. There's about 7-8 guys that play game to game. I mean, and you have to be really excited about the rotation he's got brewing as well, though. Keon off the bench is huge. Again, now that you guys are in here, he was a plus 27 last time out for the Wildcats. Like, that's irreplaceable. We need to get him going early. And during the 3-game winning streak, they pretty much averaged about 16, 15 assists per game during the wins. We need to share the ball, share the sugar, keep getting everybody involved. Dude, I was just saying that, bro. Scotty grew up by me. Dude has not been that good, inconsistent. Yeah, I mean, Scotty Lewis could very well carry Florida to a win tonight because that's just how he is. That's how good he can be. But, you know, he has been very underwhelming for Florida. Tip in 3 minutes. Can't wait. I got to put up on my phone. Arizona and Washington in a battle right now, but we're not too worried about that one. We know why we're all here. I am in the building. I love that for you, Daniel. Wish I could be at Rupp. Rupp's a great place, but I enjoy what we do here. But, yeah, Florida's got a long rotation, but, again, scoring prediction, 74-70 Wildcats, and Davion Mintz is our leading scorer. Go ahead, post y'all's predictions down below. Who will be our scoring leader, who just leads us in general, and also what the score will be. big one for the Wildcats here, man. Every game from here on out is the biggest game of the season. I said that this morning whenever I got up and took my shower and was just kind of thinking on the game. Every game from here on out is the biggest game of the year for the Wildcats. Every game is a must-win. Every game we have to be playing our best ball. Mintz splashing from the logo. Jeez. I love Davion Mintz, man. Senior night. Hopefully he comes back and experiences another senior night. But I love it for him. Very excited for everybody tuning in already. We're anticipating a really good game. Florida, Kentucky, always a battle. Did you see Deontay Allen about the future? Yeah. I hope he sticks around because his senior year he will be a star. Yeah. Nobody knows where my future holds. Yeah, I saw his tweet. I think it's a little dramatic. I think Kentucky sneaks to the tournament. Been saying that for weeks. I'm back. What's going on, Sean? Happy to have you guys as we're about to get underway. Daniel says the tip is in about 2 minutes. He is in Rupp, enjoying this one from the bleachers. One possession game in Wisconsin. That's so tough. Illinois seemed to have that one put away, but again without their star Ayo. So yes, I'm super stoked. What's up, Davin? Davin Baller. Love that. Big Blue Nation. Let's go. Big game. Huge game. As I said, every game from here on out is a must win. Every game from here on out is the biggest game of the year. So I don't care if you're going up against whoever you want to throw out there. Ole Miss, who's been playing really well this season. Mississippi State. Anybody in the SEC. It's the biggest game of the year every game. From here on out, we have no room for error. We have left ourselves zero room. Dude, if you need a shout-out on Twitter, let me know. I have thousands of BBN. Hey, if you want to do that, go ahead, copy the link. I would really appreciate that, Sean. I love these lives because we just get a ton of Kentucky fans in here. Everybody talks. It's a really good time. So if you want to do that, go ahead, Sean. I'm not going to force you. I'm not going to ask you to. But I would greatly appreciate it. I enjoy, just the conversation and live commentating on the Kentucky Wildcats. It's a passion of mine. I love the Cats. But yeah, again, Keon Brooks last game, plus 27. Like, that is unbelievable. Whenever I love plus minuses. Plus minuses are one of the most underrated stats, Devin. Sorry for the cringe username. This isn't my account. I use this for free trial. Hey, you do what you got to do, Davin Baller. Hey, if you're a baller, man, I don't blame you for putting that in your YouTube name. Don't blame you. But real quick story. Subscribe, though. Hey, thank you so much, Davin. I need to figure out how to make the alert box work. I have an alert box set up for subs. It's supposed to be a really cool. I'll see if I can test it and you guys can see it. We'll see. Yeah, that's supposed to pop up. But for some reason, it doesn't. But we're going to figure that out. I appreciate the sub, Davin. Always appreciate whenever you guys sub. But real quick story. Yesterday, or 2 days ago, I got the second vaccine for COVID. And yesterday, I was going to live the Laker-Blazer game. That was my plans for last night. I was on my butt, man. That thing, I woke up with a 101-degree fever. I couldn't move my body. I felt so weak. But happy that we're pushing through. And we're here today feeling okay. And I'm ready to talk Wildcats. But I had to just share that with you guys. It was a crazy experience, man. Put me on my tail. But we're extremely excited. Real quick, if there is a little bit of a delay between me and what you are watching, I have YouTube TV, so it's a little behind as is, and plus the stream delay. So, again, I am sorry for the little delay that there is. LOL, they just banked in a 3. Is Illinois winning or Wisconsin? Why wouldn't Sarr come back? I'm not sure, honestly. I don't know why any of them wouldn't come back. Honestly, has the delay between your stream and CBS been fixed, like your play-by-play? Rick, I think it's because I'm on YouTube TV, and as that delay, like YouTube TV is behind as is again, and there's a little bit of stream delay. I tried taking that stream delay off, but it does. I'm not sure what I have to do in order to get that off. But I have tried everything under the sun. At the end of the day, I'm probably just going to have to get cable. Because while YouTube TV is the cheaper option, I hate that I can't be, your guys' go-to play-by-play because I'm a little bit behind. And that stinks. But it is what it is, and we will keep going today. But yeah, I am sorry about that. But at least you guys will get to see something and be like, oh my goodness, I wonder what his reaction's going to be. But yeah, so it hasn't necessarily been resolved. I'm doing what I can to limit how much stream delay impacts the live stream, because it can be a little bit much. And on my end, does SAR have another year option? Yeah, all the seniors this year have that option. I do believe. I think all fourth-year guys have the option to come back. Does SAR have another year? OMG, Trice just hit another one. Is like Wisconsin about to get the dub? Also, is the Kentucky game on? What's happening here? All that's running on my phone right now is ads. I think they're waiting to get the national TV perspective, because this Washington-Arizona game has ran over. But, you know, Quade Green's apparently having a really good game, former Wildcat. But yeah, like Davion Mintz, Riley Welch, and Olivier Sarr, they can all opt into another year if they really wanted to. They can come back with that other year that the NCAA has granted. It's because it's like a COVID year, I guess. I feel like there's been so many timeouts in this Arizona-Washington game. So many timeouts. Not Illinois up by 1, reviewing the 3. Okay. Illinois, man, they battle. I was watching a little bit of that game. Kofi is just a big man. That dude's a huge man. Early on in the first half, though, they called a flagrant foul on like a rebound. And I thought it was literally the softest flagrant foul I've ever seen. And, you know, there's been a lot of soft flagrant fouls nowadays. But that takes it all. That takes the golden trophy, man. It was the softest flagrant foul I have ever seen. Okay, so the tip apparently is coming on in 3 minutes. They keep pushing it back, I think, to try to get the CBS stream, which I don't blame them. I do the same thing. This is what people come to watch, is Kentucky. Kentucky, obviously, their ratings are extremely, extremely good. It was. Yeah, it was awful. It was the single worst flagrant foul I have ever seen in my life. I don't even know if that he's just 7 foot, and that dude was so small. Like, I don't even know what else you would want. I would love to see Sarr come back and play his way into the NBA by being a big that shoots the 3. Yeah, he could do that. Like, his post-up game isn't it's not far away from being something that you can go to every possession. He's just a little soft, and I think another year in Kentucky's system and Kentucky's weight program would be huge, not only for him as a person, but his growth as a basketball player. I think it could be huge. And even if it's not the NBA, it could help him get a overseas deal. Because there's a lot of options that you can go through for that stuff. I think Sarr would be incredible. Exactly, yeah. It was terrible. It was god awful. I've never seen one worse. And I hope I don't jinx it and we see one worse for the Cat game. But yeah, Sarr's coming back, guys. I hope so. I really do. I think it'd be big for Kentucky's team next year. I think because if you look at our roster, there should be a lot of returners. So you're looking at Sarr, you're looking at Ware, if Ware doesn't transfer, of course, and then you get into who we're bringing in, like Brakefield, and then you're like, okay, well, Cal hasn't been crazy on bigs this recruiting class. He's gone more guard heavy. I'm sure he's anticipating a Mintz leave, BJ, Terrence, Dante Allen. That opens up some scholarships. Even if Davion doesn't leave, if he comes back, there's still scholarships all over the place. So with Hickman coming in and those guys, it's really exciting times. Obviously, the Big O, Oscar, the big transfer. Can't wait for him. But, yes, I also can't wait for this game. It's getting pushed back like crazy. Make sure your godfather brings both Mintz and Sarr back. Yeah, I'll get on the phone with Coach Cal. My godfather, for those of you that weren't a part of our first stream. Riley with the start. That is awesome. Good for Riley. Man, he'll probably play a minute and a half and get yanked, but I think they're going right to the Cat game. They are going right to the Cat game. They just said bump Arizona and Washington. 2-point game. Okay, this wasn't. Now they're going straight to the Wildcat game. Again, coming into tonight, Kentucky 7-7 in conference play, 8-13 overall. Wisconsin got another, and Florida is 8-5. With a win today, we improved to 8-7. They downgrade to 8-6. We're starting to really work. Oh, and Wisconsin bench. Okay, so that game's pretty much wraps on that end. But really excited to get going again. Last time out against this very Florida team was when everybody in their brother thought Kentucky was finally turning a corner. 76-58. Kentucky played extremely well. Brandon Boston, 13. Davion Mintz, 13. Keon off the bench had 12. Olivier Sarr had 10. Askew had 9. We had a lot of, help. Everybody was pitching in. Isaiah Jackson had 9. Dante Allen had 6. But Florida really struggled. They had 2 guys in double digits as we're about to get underway. And the play-by-play will begin. I have to, figure out something about some of these Florida players to remember their name. I got them next to me, but names are not my strong suit. But we will get rolling as they have moved to the Kentucky game. Isaiah Jackson going up against Colin Castleton with the tip as Kentucky and Florida. First half action is about to be underway. Cannot wait. This is exciting. Let's go Cats. Huge game as Florida wins the tip, and they will set up their offense. And now they're just wheeling it around, trying to get something set up for a little screen down. They get it out to Tyree Appleby. Appleby all the way, fighting defenders, kicks it over. Pump fake by Anthony DeRui. Then they lose the ball. Askew, he lost it as well. A turnover on the Wildcats. And they kick it up to Anthony. Anthony out. Now they'll set up their offense. Appleby gets a screen and now kicks it in. Now they're looking down low. They get it there. Isaiah Jackson got absolutely bullied. Great move by the big man, Colin Castleton. And Florida starts early with a press. Davion Mintz working against it. Comes up, zips across court to BJ. And now Riley will set up the offense. Kicks it over to Mintz. Mintz looking inside to Sarr. And over to Welch, down into Sarr. Now they're working the high-low. Sarr rips through. Goes strong off the glass. Olivier Sarr, great start. 2 points. Happy senior night, big man. And now 2-2. Trey Mann kicks it over to Anthony. Anthony gets it over. I'm going to have to see who that guy is. Number 10. That's Noah. Okay. And now Appleby hands it over. Scotty Lewis isn't even starting, I don't think, as Trey Mann. A player that we said early on, you have to keep in check. Trey Mann can absolutely rope it. He can do everything. And against Auburn, he had 19 points and 13 rebounds. This is a guard that is not scared to rebound. He gets down in there. And now Riley Welch setting up the offense for the Cats. Over to Mintz. They got 10 to work. BJ, top of the key, over to Mintz. Mintz getting downhill, over to BJ. BJ attacking downhill all the way up and under. Dipsy-doo, and it was tipped in, but I think they're going to give the credit to BJ. Or Jackson. They're showing Jackson on the screen. So Trey Mann gets it over to Colin. Colin back to Trey. Trey going downhill. Pump fakes. He's in a bad spot. Over Appleby. No luck on that three-pointer. Davion Mintz on the other end. Pushing the pace. BJ Boston. 4-3. BJ Boston. 7-5. Mike, your prediction so far, BJ Boston. Big-time drive. And a big-time 3 there. BJ Boston. 7-5 Wildcats. With 17.5 to go. They get it into Colin. Colin looking. And he's going to get a screen and hands it over to Noah. Noah getting another screen from Colin. Noah all the way. Kicks it out to Anthony. Anthony working. They get it over. Fighting with Riley Welch. I think I said Askew earlier for the turnover. It was Riley Welch. I'm a little thrown off by Welch being out there, but it's all good. BJ Boston steps into it with confidence. Now there's a little scuffle here between Florida and Kentucky. Love it. The fans getting involved. Kid's so talented. Yes, sky's the limit for him if he just taps into his potential. Because this kid's long. He can shoot. He can drive. He can attack. He can create. As they'll put in Askew. Riley Welch got his 3 minutes. This is going to be a physical game, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be so much fun. Trey Mann inbounds the ball to Omar Payne. Trey Mann working with the screen, attacks, gets it over to Omar, but he turns it over. I think that'll go against Trey Mann. Omar couldn't handle the pass. And now Florida continuing with their pressure. They average 14.5 turnovers per game, so something the Wildcats need to look to take advantage of as Askew gets it into the front court to Mintz. Mintz attacking over to BJ. BJ looks very confident this game. Right-handed floater is good, plus the foul. 9-5 Kentucky. BJ Boston. Mike, my goodness. What a call. What a call. BJ Boston all the way. Dipsy-doo floats it up, plus the foul. Beautiful move, beautiful floater. And BJ Boston, he is ready. My man is playing with confidence. He looks like a different player, man. It is so much fun to watch as he puts up the free throw, and it's all net, man. Beautiful shot. 10-5 Kentucky, 16:50 to go. Kentucky kind of doing like a half-court press, playing up, but then letting them walk across, just making sure they know that we're there. As they get it in to Omar. Omar's looking. He'll just hand it over. Scotty Lewis. Scotty Lewis. Last time we played him, he was blonde. Now he's back to black hair. As Devin Askew with the steal up to Mintz. Mintz attacking. I thought he was about to pull that thing. Askew into Jackson. It's deflected. And now Trey Mann on the other end for Florida. Gives it over to Lewis. Lewis back to Mann. Mann's going to get a screen. He's working against it. Beautiful work of the screen there. Trey Mann kicks it out to Tyree Appleby. Trey Mann now playing with it. Gets it over to Scotty Lewis. Lewis kicks it out to Trey Mann. The defense of Kentucky is beautiful early on. Trey Mann floats it in. Bad shot, but then he gets the rebound and misses the putback. Gets back the rebound. Jackson blocks it. And now BJ collects it on the push. BJ Boston, he'll step into another one. Offline, Olivier Sarr almost put him on a poster. He almost put him on a poster, but he missed the dunk. And now Trey Mann on the other end. Gets it over to Appleby. And they call a foul on Isaiah Jackson. Something that you'd hate to see is Isaiah Jackson getting an early foul. Cats look awesome. Rupp is rocking. It should be rocking. They're playing their heart out. I love Godfather Cal. What a guy. What a guy. As the 15, and there's 15:30 to go. Kentucky with 10, Florida with 5. A very physical and good game going on right now. So, looking very good early on. Hey, real quick question for you guys that I'm curious to see what your guys' answer is. Terrence Clark, do you think he plays again this season, or does he kind of pull a Jared Vanderbilt and just doesn't try to come back? You think he kind of just takes his foot off the gas, doesn't worry about coming back, or do you think we have a surprise returner? He's got no boot on, he's in his jumpsuit, his tracksuit. What do you guys think? Is Terrence Clark done for the year? Or will he come back? 10-5, Kentucky leads early. Man. Trey Mann. The way he works the pick and roll is beautiful. Collins also. A very talented player. Colin Castleton. This Florida team, man, they're a very talented group. Trey Mann, Tyree Appleton, or Appleby rather, Colin Castleton, Noah Locke, Scotty Lewis. But as Mike kind of alluded to earlier, they have such a deep rotation. As for the Wildcats, Askew, Mintz, Boston, Jackson, Sarr, Payne, Asifo, Mann, Locke, and Appleby. If we can win out in SEC included, yes. So you think Clark would try to come back if it's tournament time? I would agree with that. I think that he's a guy, though, that kind of scares me. Early on, I was really excited about him because I was like, man, this kid's tough. He's a great player, great offensive player that just has a motor. But, man, I'm kind of getting a different vibe about him. I don't know what it is. As they get it into Asafo down to Colin. Colin loses it. Mintz pokes it away. Mintz on the other end. All the way. Right-handed layup is good. Plus the foul. Davion Mintz. 12-5 Cats. The Wildcats are rolling. Let's go. Keep this moving. Keep this up. Keep this moving. Let's go Cats, man. Davion Mintz on the other end. Fouled by Osei Asafu, who only averages 2.5 and 2 rebounds. Again, kind of where Florida, they just stick to their deep rotation. As Mintz flips up the one free throw rather, and puts it in. Now Keon Brooks, one of our keys to the game was get him going early. He was a plus 27 last time out and one. Yes, sir. Davion Mintz. Back-to-back turnovers for Florida. As now they're looking to set it up. Appleby gives it into Colin. Colin not even looking to attack. He's looking to pass. Appleby, 3-ball. It's good. Tyree Appleby, 36% three-point shooter. Got to get your hands up on that as Florida continues their pressure. Askew over to Boston. Boston, man, he just has an aggressive mindset today, I feel like. He just has that mindset of nobody can guard me out here. As now Florida zones, working it around, gets it into Sarr. Sarr, fake pass, beautiful pass, and then he's done this all year. He just doesn't have a sense of who's behind him. Appleby off the glass. My goodness, to Anthony DeRui. Off the glass lob. My goodness, that's a top 10 play. Sarr over to Askew. Askew flips it up. Our turn. It's our turn for a lob. Askew to Sarr. 15-10. Love that. A lob on one end. We answer with a lob. Askew inside to Olivier Sarr. Olivier Sarr playing really well here. As now Lewis for the Gators. Lewis gets a screen from Colin. He'll just step back and fire. Not a great shot. Shooting 19% from 3. That is not the shot you want. Mintz, no hesitation. And it's butter. Davion Mintz. 18-10. Mintz is fired up. My goodness, let's go. Davion Mintz. 18-10, 13-40 to go. Wildcats up 8. Scotty Lewis with the ball. Gets a screen from Anthony DeRui. Trey Mann now working against Askew. Askew, a pretty good defender. Trey Mann floats one up. Tough shot. And it's good. Trey Mann, very tough player. The sophomore guard. And now Askew to Boston. They're looking to get it back to Askew, and they do. I kind of wish Mintz stayed at Creighton. That team would have been insane. No, we don't wish that here, Mike. We are so glad he's at Kentucky as Mintz in the corner. They got 10 to work with the shot clock. BJ looking to get it inside. He'll attack. Gets it over to Askew. Askew looks inside to Keon. Keon will have to go to work. He steps through. Mintz. Corner, 3-ball. Oh, would have been such a big hit. Great pass by Keon Brooks. That's what I love about Keon, man. And now Appleby on the other end for the Gators down to Colin. Colin Castleton. And the cutting Anthony DeRui with a man slam. That man just rim hunts. Mike, appreciate you being out here. Everybody, appreciate you for being here. Askew up to BJ. And Askew will set it up. 20 on the shot clock. 12:30 to go. 18-14. Wildcats are in a battle. Wouldn't have it any other way. Keon over to BJ. Back to Askew. Askew looking to work. Gets it almost into Sarr. Got deflected away. Back to Askew. Askew to Keon. Keon zips it into Sarr, but he got hit on the head. Olivier Sarr will go to the line. And I think the foul was on Scotty Lewis. Something we'll have to keep track of here. BJ Boston with 8 early points. Mintz with 6. Olivier Sarr with 4. All of our scoring coming from those guys as Sarr puts in the first free throw. Jacob Toppin makes his first appearance. Kid who's been playing really, really well. Olivier Sarr. The second one's up, and the second one's good. Olivier Sarr now with 6. So we got 3 dudes scoring so far. Mintz, Sarr, and Boston. Sarr's going to take a breather, and now they got Jackson Toppin. Got to love the lineup with Toppin. They start to press. Also out there for the Wildcats, we got Keon Brooks, B.J. Boston, and Devin Askew. A very long group out there right now. Long and athletic. Would like to see them get out and run. Trey Mann working against Toppin. Toppin, arguably UK's best defender, as now Anthony DeRui attacking downhill, working against Keon. Tough take, no dice on the finish as Keon Brooks now brings it up into the front court over to Toppin. Toppin looking to attack, kicks it out. B.J. Boston, corner three, and he was fouled on the three-point attempt by Quez Glover. And Florida continues to dig into that bench. Mike Roscoe, it has been a tough year. Without Mintz on our team, I would have had a heart attack. Yeah, Mintz has kind of been that guy for us, man. And I said that Mike got a tight one. OK State versus Oklahoma. That's a very good game. I wish Oklahoma State could compete in the tournament. But, hey, if it opens up a spot for the Cats, it opens up a spot for the Cats. But, yeah, without Mintz, who's kind of been our heartbeat, he's kind of kept us consistent, kind of, especially for these young guys. Mintz has just been great. Would love to see Mintz come back. Cal could run some of his three-guard lineups, and I know he loves running. He loves having guards out there. But what a good game so far, man. Physical, intense. You can tell both these ball clubs won it. 20-14, 11:47 to go. He's the leader. He's the one holding the team together. Yes, especially through everything. If there's one thing I can say about this group, we had one returner, Keon Brooks. He didn't play for the first however many games. And this group could have mailed it in. They could have. I believe Terrence Clark has. But they didn't. They've stayed together. Cal has done a great job. People were bashing Cal early on. They were. Everybody was dying for it. I would argue this is Cal's best coaching job. Last year, he was Coach of the Year. The team was incredible last year. We got robbed of an NCAA tournament run. So did Dayton. So did a lot of schools. But this season presented new challenges, and Cal has altered. He's been very flexible. Isn't Mintz a senior? Yes, he is. But with the new rule, Mike, there are seniors who have eligibility to return. I'm not sure if it's all seniors. I just know that Davion Mintz, Olivier Sarr, those guys, they can come back. We will have to have another complete game to win this game. Yes, if you were here for my score prediction, I had it 74-70 Wildcats. So I saw this one being a lot closer than last time. Last time we kind of got, we just rolled. We rolled Florida. That's not how it goes most of the time, especially in the Swamp. Normally, those games are incredibly tight. But this one in Rupp is going to be a good one. It should be a game that is a 40-minute battle, and it has all the makeup to be it and be a really good one. So I'm really excited. Again, those links down below, not really links, but the messages down below for the TikTok and the Instagram. If you haven't, check those out. The Instagram, we're just now starting. We're waiting on our logo that is currently getting made. So keep your eyes out on that. If you have any both those branches of social media, give us a follow, man. We do more NBA content on the TikTok, but our Instagram, we're looking to go wide range, MLB, every sort of sport. We are the Sports Talk Network, so we will be looking to branch off. Is it because of Corona? Yes, it is, Mike. I do, yes, sir. It is because of COVID. I guess it's a sense of they got their season kind of altered, and it may not be the season that they wanted to end with, so the NCAA has made it their case to give them another chance, another go. And I think they have to be going to school, though. They can't just be one of those guys that graduate, don't go to school, but they play. They have to be pursuing some sort of degree at the school. I think that could be the kicker for some guys, as after 4 years, I know for me, after my 4, I want to be out. I want to be done. But B.J. Boston, as we get back to action, puts in the first free throw. Imagine Mintz with next year's team. Oh, my goodness. Follow their channel on TikTok. Appreciate it, Mike. We do our best out here as B.J. Boston puts in another free throw. 22-14. B.J. Boston playing extremely well. That was Mike's call for leading scorer, I do believe, as he puts in both. Puts in all three. B.J. Boston, 23-14 Cats. B.J. Boston with 8 early. What a start so far by the Wildcats, being up 9 with about 11:30 to go. And now Trey Mann A player that Florida cannot take out. Driving, spin move. Tried flipping it up, but it didn't go nowhere as Noah will now attack back to Tre Mann. Tre Mann does everything for this offense as Keon gets called for the foul. Tre Mann for them kind of reminds me of Shea for us a few years ago. Keep OKC is all over the court, bro. Keeping OK State. Dude, I really like Oklahoma, their team this year. So that would be a bummer to see them lose that one. Especially considering, Oklahoma State is having that postseason ban. I wish I know that they wish, Cade wishes, that they would, reconsider and make it next year. But I don't think the NCAA will do that. It would make for a much more entertaining March Madness, nonetheless. But March Madness is entertaining no matter who's in it. As Omar Payne at the line now for Florida knocks in both. Keontae Johnson. Imagine if he was on this Florida team, man. They would be dangerous. They'd be very good. As Askew gets it into the front court to Keon. Keon out to Mintz, and now they'll set up their offense with about 20 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Askew over to Mintz. Mintz setting it up, directing the offense up to Jackson, over to Toppin. Now they'll get him over to Mintz. And it's deflected away. Tre Mann all the way. That should be an offensive foul, but it's a missed layup nonetheless. Davion Mintz, cross court to Toppin. Toppin, pump fakes, drives, fouled. Jacob Toppin, another player that I would love to see come back. I don't know what he'd do, but Tre Mann, man, he reminds me, like I said, of like a Shea of the team, of our team early on a few years back. Dude, what happened if a team comes down with COVID in the tournament? Well, I think they're going to do a bubble feel. I've heard the idea of replacement teams, which would be a gut wrencher. But I've heard that idea, but I think they're going the bubble route, and they're letting like 25% capacity, I think, in the building. They should keep those fans far, far away from the players. The players should have no interaction with the fans. Don't even play with that, especially in March Madness. But yeah, I think they're going to have like the teams and the players more so in like a bubble where they're restrained to do a lot, as now Askew at the line. I'm not sure if there was a technical or what really happened there. Yeah, it was a technical on Florida's coach, as now Askew, he missed the first one and made the second. 24-16, 10:50 to go. As Kentucky, as now Toppin will go to the line. Not the smartest of technicals, but maybe he's trying to pull the Coach Cal. You never know. Coach Cal, when he gets a tech, man, Kentucky seems to just play their best basketball. Toppin, butter. Toppin's free throw stroke, man. Beautiful. Now Colin Castleton returns for the Florida Gators. Omar Payne goes to the bench. And Olivier Sarr checks in for the Wildcats. Sticking so far to our 7-man rotation, but what if you make it to like the Elite Eight and test positive? Yeah, who knows? Maybe they push it back because they're learning new things. Toppin puts in the second one. I'm not sure. That's a really good question, but knowing the NCAA, they won't be prepared for it. And if it happens, that'll be the biggest. Who knows? Maybe somebody just gets automatically to the Final Four. Who knows what they'll do as Mann steps into the front court for the Gators. Everything goes through Tre Mann. He gets a screen from Colin. He's ISO'd. He's looking. He's probing. He's just looking for somebody. And finally gets it over to Quez Glover. Quez attacking. May have gotten away with a little shuffle of the feet, as now Noah Lockie and Davion Mintz. Beautiful defense, ripping it away. But about loses it out of bounds, just throws it out, and it's a turnover on Mintz. Just got it poked away, tried recollecting, lost the ball, then tried throwing it off a Florida Gator. Instead, he threw it straight out of bounds. 26-16, 10:15 to go. Toppin now putting on a little pressure. Kentucky, 5 turnovers. Florida with 4. Let's go Cats, man. Love what we're seeing. 26-16, Tre Mann for Florida. Probing, looking. Gets it inside.
That is
Osei Asafu
gets it out to
Quez Glover. Quez Glover looking inside. They got two men posting up on the same block as Colin gets it in a shot clock violation. Beautiful defense by the Kentucky Wildcats. Love to see that. Beautiful, beautiful defense. That is what can separate this group. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We're doing a 100 subscriber giveaway on the YouTube channel. As Davion Mintz into the front court. Hands it over to Keon. Keon to BJ. Back to Mintz, and he'll set up the offense with 20 seconds to go. Looks like a 3-2, 2-3 hybrid is being played by the Gators. Looks more like a 3-2. Keon over to Boston. Now they got 10. Toppin. He's just going to go attack, but he got called for steps. Got called for a travel. Let's see what you said here. Age test. Top 5 UK players you actually watch play. Mine are Dan Issel, Sam Bowie, Jamal Mashburn, Carl Anthony Towns, Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, obviously, for me. I love Patrick Starks, too. Or Sparks. He was a big fan of him. I loved him. Keon Brooks looking to get it in against Florida's pressure. It's now a 7-point lead. Florida banged in a 3-pointer while I was sitting here trying to think. On the commercial break, I will answer that. BJ Boston now on the other end for Kentucky. Mintz over to Toppin. Toppin gives it inside to Sarr. Sarr looking to go to work. Faces up. Cross-court pass. Can't handle it. Bad pass by Olivier Sarr, and now that's a turnover by Kentucky. And Cal, that is a terrible pass. Like, he just looped it in. Like, what do you want to accomplish with that? 3 straight turnovers by Kentucky, something you hate to see. But, yeah, I'm actually, during halftime, I have a list on my phone of my top 20 Cal, coached by Cal players. Scotty Lewis puts in a 3, a 19% three-point shooter, buries one, 26-22, as Florida on a little 6-0 spurt here. If I have one wish on this possession, it's no turnovers. Please, no turnovers. Keon Brooks over to BJ. BJ Boston. He's been our most aggressive scorer today. He's looking to get it inside. They're just taking their time, setting up the offense. Sarr trying to post up. BJ now over to Mintz. They got 5 to work. Keon Brooks, top of the key. He loses it. 4 straight turnovers. And now on the other end, Appleby to Scotty Lewis for the hammer. 26-24. You cannot turn the ball over every possession and expect good things to happen. You cannot do that. 4 straight turnovers. Beautiful pass by Appleby to Lewis. Lewis, an athletic freak. You hate to see that. And Coach Cal yelling at Keon, saying, you're out. He's going to go Cats, sloppy stretch. Got it in the quarter. Got it in the half. Yes, you do. Big time sloppy stretch. 4 straight turnovers by the Wildcats. Hate to see that. But we'll see, man. Got to end the half strong. That's the problem that we tend to see with Kentucky, especially this year's bunch. They go through just spans, this is where our defense really helps, because we just go through spans where we're terrible offensively. We turn the ball over. We can't score. But that's where our defense needs to step up. And our defense isn't doing much because with turnovers comes fast break opportunities for the other team. And with those, Florida is capitalizing right now. Scotty Lewis, he's best in the open floor because that's whenever he can just rise up and throw one down, throw a couple down. Scotty Lewis, a very athletic freak when it comes to it. I'm just happy to be feeling better. Happy to be talking about the Cats, man. That second dose COVID shot put me on my belt yesterday. But we're rolling today. Mike Roscoe adds Meeks to the Wall Boogie team in national. Oh, my goodness. Meeks should have stayed, man. No reason he should have left. No reason. Man, that team would have been so good. But, yeah. I don't even know if I want to tell you my age during the John Wall Boogie era. I was a youngin'. But yeah, Jody Meeks. It would have to go Jody Meeks, Anthony Davis, Terrence Jones, I love Terrence Jones. Favorite player all time at Kentucky. Terrence Jones. Emmanuel Quickley. Huge Quickley fan. Love Quickley. And then number 5. Where would I go? Where would I go here, man? You know, this one's going to have to wait. Number 5. That's a very crucial spot. Dude, Terrence Jones is my favorite all-time player at Kentucky. Love that guy to death. Like, he was unbelievable. What he did. Meeks was the missing piece, outside shot. Yeah, the floor spacing. Floor spacing would have been, and a veteran leader like him with all the freshmen that we brought in, oh my goodness. That team could have argued to be the best team in Kentucky history. Really could have. But, yeah, Terrence Jones, A.D., Jody Meeks, quickly as B.J. Boston now into the front court for the Cats. I'll answer that 5th one. Just give me a little time. I got to think on it. But it's not an easy question. Mintz attacking over to Sarr. Sarr top of the key, looking to get it inside. They're running more of a high-low. Mintz, that's a deep 3, but it's all good. It's straight butter. I used to tell my boys to play him in DK when somebody was out. Yeah, Pelicans are. He had some opportunities. Obviously, I was so pissed at Jones during the national championship game. 0-5 from the free throw line. All we had to do was hit 3 of them. Yeah, old Terrence. Get him. He would smash like 40. As now Davion Mintz shooting very well from the floor. Keon Brooks checks back in. It looks like he's out of the doghouse for now. 29-24, 7:20 to go. Kentucky leading against the Gators. As Appleby will take it out for Florida. 5-point game now. Appleby inside to DeRuey. DeRuey just looking. He'll just put it up over Keon, and somehow it goes in. That was a straight bullet. But somehow he got the friendly roll. Olivier Sarr now at the top of the key over to Askew. He gets it over to Mintz. Mintz back to Askew. They're working around the top of the key. Inside to Sarr. Maybe a foul on Colin. No call. Sarr now facing up. He'll go downhill. Gives it over to Keon. Keon fumbled it. Lost it. 10 seconds. And they call, I think, a carry or a travel. Not sure. But nonetheless. How did that go in? That was a straight missile by Anthony DeRuey. And now Appleby. Trey Mann getting a little bit of a breather. Appleby downhill. Kicks it out to DeRuey. Down low to Colin. Colin, we're going to go to work against Sarr, and that's an offensive foul. A little chicken wing action from Colin Castleton, who has been a very good player in conference play. 13.6 rebounds, over almost 60% from the field. Got away with a little chicken wing there. My man hole wrapped around Sarr. Grabbed his butt and everything, man. Colin Castleton. Askew now, working against the press. Florida's been very consistent with the press, and it's deflected out of bounds by Appleton. If I'm Florida, I'm putting right back in Trey Mann. You have to strike now while you kind of got Kentucky on the ropes. 29-26, 6:24 to go. Askew looking inside to Sarr. Gets it there. Beautiful dump-off pass, and he gets fouled by Scotty Lewis. Keon Brooks tried taking the rim off. Cocked one back and got fouled by Lewis. Lewis now with 2. 29-26, 6:17 to go. Keon looking to add to the lead. I would have liked for him to go up strong with 2 hands. Would have probably finished off the job. Now he's got to earn it. Closing in on 100. Thought I'd hop in on my break. What's up, Dilly? Good to see you, buddy. Yes, sir. We're getting closer and closer. Keon knocks in the first one. Closer and closer every day, man. That's what it's all about, the grind, the daily hustle. Work, food, X Factor, repeat. Of course, my beautiful girlfriend as well, Keon Brooks. Second one's up and good. Now 31-26. We're shooting extremely well from the free throw line, 11 of 12. You love to see that development by the Cats. As now Tre Mann back in for Florida. Took my thought right out of it. Tre Mann working in the pick and roll. He got away with steps. They get it inside. Anthony Darui. Oh my goodness. He's angry at the rim today. That's like the second time he's absolutely tore the rim off. Darui with 8 points for the Gators. He led them in scoring against the Wildcats last time out. Mintz working, and he gets fouled. And he'll go to the line. I think we're in the double bonus now. Florida fouling a lot. Anthony Darui. My goodness. Kid comes to play against the Wildcats. Dante Allen is so checked out, it's stupid. Kid is going to transfer. He just looks, disconnected from the group. He's sitting there, and I can't blame him. You know, kid averaged. I mean, he's from about 20 minutes where I'm from, and he averaged 50 points in high school. Now, let me tell you a secret about Pendleton County and their basketball. As Mintz puts in the first free throw, they play against garbage teams every week, every day almost. As Mintz, the second one's good. The biggest thing for Dante Allen was AAU. That's what kind of got him out. But Pendleton County, how he averaged 50 points, I probably would have averaged 30 with Pendleton County. They were not a good team as Appleby over to Sampson. And that's his first shot of the game, and it's all butter. My man, the freshman, stepped in with absolute confidence as B.J. Boston now working downhill. Beautiful drive off the mark, as they call it, off of Kentucky, even though it looked like Anthony Darui got his hands on it. 33-30. Cats are up. 5:15 to go. This is a fast-paced, physical game. Appleby almost loses it. Tre Mann kind of letting Appleby go to work. Appleby all the way. Right hand is up and off. Colin Castleton about falls down, just throws it up. Devin Askew, 5-on-3 break here. Askew drives, kicks. B.J. Boston won't go. You're telling me we have a 5-on-3 break and we settle for that? Basketball's changing, man. Crazy. As Appleby again for Florida. They're kind of letting Tre Mann play off ball. Not something work school, dilly, X Factor repeat. As another lob. Anthony Darui can't finish this one, though. Davion Mintz over to Askew. Askew gets it into Keon. Keon on the left wing. Now they get it cross. Skip. B.J. Boston wide open. Can't go. Keon Brooks battling for the rebound. And they zip it. Davion Mintz now top of the key. Too hard. Olivier Sarr absolutely battling. And Sampson acting like that was off of Florida whenever it was off of Kentucky. I mean, Anthony Darui got rim stuff, but it would have been a tough finish nonetheless. 33-30, 4:13 to go. A very good game brewing in Lexington. Go, Cats, go. Let's see here. Appleby. Tre Mann, again, working off ball more. Askew against Appleby. Great defense. Appleby gets another screen. He hasn't passed the whole possession. And they call foul on Askew, working against Colin Castleton. And now it's the under 4 timeout. Kentucky leading 33-30, 3:58 to go. Little conversation between Askew and Sarr here. But my number 5 slot, I was a huge Shai Gilgeous-Alexander fan. Like, huge. Julius Randle's another one. Willie Cauley-Stein was always fun. A name that I haven't thought of in a while, Marcus Lee. He's one of my favorites. Deron Lamb. There's so many, but top 5 per se would probably be Terrence Jones 1, Anthony Davis 2, and Kentucky history. Manuel Quickley 3, 4 Jody, 5. I gotta go Shai. But man, I loved Emmanuel Quickley. I was big on him his freshman year, and then whenever he came back, because my brother's an Ohio State fan, my brother, And, dude, he always talked to me about how one of Ohio State's recruits torched Emmanuel Quickley. And, you know, I kind of laugh at him now. I'm like, what's up? Emmanuel Quickley not only had one of the best college seasons, SEC Player of the Year, but, you know, now he's killing it in the pros. So quick shout out to Emmanuel Quickley, a guy that I really, if I had a dream, obviously Terrence Jones would be my first, you know, dream in terms of an interview, but Emmanuel Quickley. I would love to interview Emmanuel Quickley, just about his Kentucky experience. You know, and obviously if we ever get to that stage, I would be so honored and thrilled. But that is a dream of mine. Go Cats. We hate number 4. Anthony DeRui. You hate Anthony DeRui. He's putting on a show, man. Absolutely tearing the rims off. But yes, gosh, what I would do to interview Terrence Jones and Emmanuel Quickley. That would be so much fun. But we're obviously not there yet. I can dream, though, that's for sure. But yeah, that's probably my top 5. Top 5 for sure. Terrence Jones, number 1. Anthony Davis. Quickley, Jody, Shea. And there's a lot of current player, or like, you know, more recent guys. But the recent guys are awesome. They were fun. Q is also a great guy. Dude, Q is one of those guys. I honestly think in terms of a person, he's one of the best we've ever had. He gave me a sense of pride. Like Tyler Ulis, every time he stepped on the court, you knew he was giving it all for Kentucky. Like, he lived and breathed to play hard for us. A guy, I've said it before on one of these lives, I wish he was a 4-year guy. It would have been incredible. But Tyler Ulis, I felt that with Quick. Every time he stepped on the floor, he repped us, repped his family, and he put it all on the line. And that's something that I love about players, man, whenever they're just willing to go all in on that. And Quickly, like I said, just a kid I could listen to talk. He's very smart. He's articulate. Just a great kid. Really good guy. Big shout out to Emmanuel Quickley. Love what you're doing in New York, man. Keep it up. Keep it up. As now Trey Mann will inbound the ball for Florida. 33-30. 3:58 to go in the first half. Trey Mann just throws it to the backcourt to Appleby. Now Appleby will set up their offense. Appleby working, gets a screen from Colin Castleton, as now there's Sampson spotting up. Won't go. B.J. Boston battling on the glass. Rips it away from Colin up to Askew. Askew now working. Over to B.J. B.J. zips it over to Davion Mintz. Mintz back to Askew. Askew to B.J. B.J. looking to get it inside. Working against the zone yet again. Florida has been very consistent with their press and their zone. Askew to Mintz. Mintz looking inside to Sarr. Gets it there. Sarr, he just throws some stupid passes. B.J. puts it in. 1-footer fouled. Dude, U of Washington is still pissed at Jones following his college announcement. University of Washington is still pissed at Jones following. Yeah. Man. A guy, like I said, that we brought up earlier in the stream because Washington was in a really good game. Quade Green had the best game of his college career. That's a guy, man, that I just felt like he was such a turd. Quade Green. You said Washington, in my mind, I went to him as B.J. Boston puts in the first. Man, Quade Green. He looked like a turd. Like a certified turd. A guy that I kind of miss. I was a huge fan of him. Saw him at the local taco in Lex. Is Johnny Juzang. Great kid. Was with his family. California kid, of course. Kentucky's free throw shooting really stepping up. Last 3 games, 56 of 61. Quick math. Somebody hit it with me as B.J. Boston knocks down another one. 56 of 61. Quick math. Who's a good mathematician? As now B.J. takes a breather. 16 free throws made in the first half by the Wildcats. As now Appleby over to Colin Castleton. Castleton over to Mann. Mann working against gets a screen from Castleton. Tries flipping it in. It looks like Sarr kicked it, but no call. Colin working against the undersized man as Anthony DeRui with another slam for Florida. 35-32, 2:48 to go. Anthony Darui with another jam leads Florida with 10 points. An absolute show this young man is putting on. Darui had 15 in the first meeting, 10 early in the first half. Mintz inside. Askew, floater off the front of the rim. Appleby rebounds it for Florida. He's pushing. And he's just zigging and zagging. Appleby, he wants to take it all himself, but now he'll pull it out. Appleby gets it inside. Colin Castleton working. Left-handed is up and in. 35-34. Colin Castleton, a player very efficient and good. Now, into the front court, Mintz over to Toppin. Toppin on the left wing, over to Askew. Askew steps in, 3-ball. Won't go. Anthony Darui with a rebound, foul on Sarr. My goodness. What a game so far. Anthony Darui. The rim in Lexington will never be the same. If it can survive Willie Cauley-Stein, it can survive anybody. 35-34. A minute 55 to go. Big minute and 50 here. The Cats limping to the first half finish. Appleby now gets it into Colin. Colin Castleton working against Sarr. Askew now gets called for the foul, and it looks like it'll be 1-1 for the Gators. Askew just gets a little overzealous there. Dips inside and rakes the arm. Appreciate everybody for tuning in, hanging out with me. It's always fun to announce these games. Obviously, I wish there wasn't a delay. If I went straight through YouTube, there wouldn't be as bad of a delay because the Streamlabs OBS, it takes a few minutes. But we'll see. That's Colin Castleton. Puts in the first. 35-35. Florida looking to take the lead. Colin Castleton. Looks like a long and skinny man. Beautiful stroke at the line. And it goes in. 36-35. First lead since 5-4. Mintz working against the press. Up to Toppin. Toppin back to Mintz, and now they can set up their offense. Kentucky at one point had a 10-point lead, and it has now evaporated. BJ attacking. Spin move. Fade away. Won't go. Anthony Darui with another rebound. Trey Mann working. Pushing. Looking to build on their lead. Trey Mann attacking. All the way. Right-handed finish. Trey Mann. 14.5 points per game. Along with 5.5 rebounds and 3.5 assists. Toppin. Back to Mintz. Florida on an 8-0 run. We need a bucket in a bad way. BJ to Mintz. Mintz to Toppin. And now we got 15 to work. Over to BJ. BJ looking to get it inside as we have all half. Keon. Top of the key. Mid-range jumper is pure. Keon Brooks. Beautiful shot. Get him going. 38-37. 40 seconds to go in the first half. Appleby. 3-ball. Won't go. Toppin rebounds. And they're looking to push. Up to Mintz. Mintz will now take it into the front court. They're going to slow it down and potentially take the last shot of the first half. Cal calling out some orders. Mintz attacking. Did a little Steve Nash-esque move. Floats it up, and it's good. Davion Mintz, 39-38 Wildcats. Florida's going to take a timeout because if they don't, they lose it. So they'll take a timeout. 39-38. 14 seconds to go. Not a bad game so far. 39-38. You guys remember when we thought this team was going to be the worst offensive team of all time? Y'all remember that? Now they're putting up 40.5 pretty much. It's crazy. 39-38. We need to stop. A steal and a bucket would be huge. Would be big time. But nonetheless, there's not as bad of a delay as I initially thought. But tomorrow, Iowa against Ohio State at 4 o'clock. Should be a good one. Tomorrow night, if you are a fan of the NBA, I will be live streaming the Lakers and the Warriors. It's an 8 p.m. 8 a.m. I'm going crazy. 8 p.m. start. Warriors have been playing really well. The Lakers finally got back in the win column. As they're showing the Big Ten. Big Ten is unbelievable. A lot of good teams in that conference. Michigan State, potential scary 10-plus seed. Cannot wait to do the March Madness special. That will be so much fun. Hopefully Kentucky's in the field. But we will see. Florida, 15 seconds, 39-38. Can we get a stop? Can we get a steal? Sneak one in at the buzzer. Trey Mann now, bringing it up into the front court. He's a smart kid. He's not going to, as Kentucky go a bit of a zone look. Okay, switching it up. Appleby attacking, probing, kicks it out, deflected. And now Toppin deflected it, and now it's the end of the half. 39-38. Toppin may have gotten away with a foul on Noah Locke, but nonetheless, 39-38. Wildcats are up. Scary play. I hate whenever a dude's ankle gets caught up on a body. That is scary stuff. But 39-38 nonetheless. And Kentucky Wildcats are leading when we thought we were an awful offensive team. We played as individuals. That is facts, Rick. And that's something that Cal has really hit on. Is, our guys used to worry. They treated it as AAU, B.J. Boston, Terrence Clark. And to a sense, was that a Terrence Clark problem, Or was it just B.J. buying in? Who knows? But Cal, always trust Cal. I know it's a running joke that I call him Godfather Cal, but trust him, man. He always turns it around somehow, some way. It is extremely impressive how he does things. But at the half, let's check out some team stats here. We are shooting 47.6% compared to Florida's 51%. So our defensive side of the ball has to improve. They can't be shooting over 50%. Can't happen. We've only made 10 field goals, though, and we're up. So that's a plus. We're shooting 33% from downtown compared to their 50%. Our free throws, 94% on 17 attempts. Big-time stuff from the Wildcats. 13 team rebounds. 4 team assists. We'd like to see that one bump up a little bit. 4 team assists is not enough. We got to continue to build on that. I'm going to switch something up here. Try to make me a wee bit bigger here in a minute. 9 team turnovers as well. We have to limit our turnovers. And then other than that, for us, leading scorers, B.J. Boston. Davion Mintz has 13. Boston with 11. Sarr with 6. Isaiah's had a quiet game, but guess what? He got in foul trouble. I know Rick and I were talking about that just a few weeks ago. A couple weeks ago, maybe a week or two ago. Isaiah Jackson, unbelievable, but dude just fouls all the time. But Davion Mintz playing extremely well. Keon Brooks, only taking 1 shot. Jacob Toppin hasn't taken a shot. Devin Askew only has 1 point. He's got the 3x3 with a 1. 1 point, 1 rebound, 1 assist. That's an impressive stat line. But Kentucky found a way, though. The big thing, they found a way to take the lead going into the half, which is, in and of itself, pretty impressive. Because for a while there, we thought, that Florida was on that run, and that, like the old Kentucky team, just a few short weeks ago, we might have just rolled over. We might have. But now this team fights, they scrape, they claw. Cannot wait to call the second half. Should be an incredible ending. But going on around the SEC, Auburn knocks off Tennessee big time. That's huge. Huge in terms of SEC seeding as we are battling for a first-round bye. I don't think we'll get the 2-week bye. But can't wait for Tuesday, as well as we will play Ole Miss on the road. Ole Miss playing extremely well. They beat Missouri last time out. They play today and are losing to Vanderbilt. So another one that could be huge for the Wildcats. If Vanderbilt finds a way to knock them off, things could get very interesting down the stretch for SEC seeding. I'm going to try to find an SEC chart here. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try to look this up. This could be extremely, extremely interesting by conference. But yeah, cannot wait to just continue to see how things unfold. Arkansas, of course, beat LSU. Arkansas is a great team. 11-4. LSU losing. Big for the Cats. Things continue to kind of trickle down. It could get interesting. Could get a little spicy. Dude, why won't this let me pick a conference? This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in with me. Can't wait for the second half. Should be fun. But Wildcats, where would you guys like to see them improve from their first half? I would say turnovers. Defense, I would like to see Florida shoot below 50%. I don't like that we're giving up over 50% from both the field and the three-point line. Would like to see that improve. Granted, Florida's only shot 8 threes, so they've only made 4, but I would still like to see that number go down a little bit. But, you know, I'm nervous about the second half, though, man. This is a win. This is a must-win. We have to win this one. We have to win this one. Got to continue to build, man. Got to continue to build. I'm going to post the second half link here as we will continue our coverage here on the X Factor Sports Talk Network. Cannot wait. Again, if you haven't already, if you're new to the channel, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. A lot of sports content we're going to be pumping out. We got a fantasy football. We got eventually an off-season NFL edition where we'll talk draft. We'll talk a lot of different things. Of course, we got the NBA segment conversation with Caleb, which would be our 20. What's going on, Skyler? Good to see you, man. Great to see you. We are doing a 2012 redraft. We'll be out on Monday. Incredible time doing those redrafts. You guys will enjoy them if you are a fan of kind of revisiting draft classes because it is crazy to see. Crazy to see. My team lost today. I'm here very late. Did you have a game? Did you play? If you had a game, man, it's all love. I understand. Hooping at a young age, man, can take up a lot of time, and it's awesome. Enjoy it, man. I'm telling you. I graduated 2 years ago from high school. And then I played, a little bit of college ball. I spent the whole offseason with them. Then injuries kind of derailed it, and then I ended up quitting. But if something I can tell you is that enjoy those high school, middle school days because they go way too fast, 1. And 2, whenever you're done, that's it pretty much for a lot of people. And you'll never forget those memories, and you always want to look back on it with a very good attitude saying, yeah, I gave it my all. I did what I could. So, Skyler, how old are you, man? Are you like a middle school? Are you a senior? Is this your last year? Like, how old are you, man? Because, man, no matter what, you always just have to take that approach of, I'm going to give it my all for a few games till regionals. Hey, those are the best games. Big games are the best games. Got to lock in for those. Those are always fun. Love a big game. Early on in my brother, who I've said, I kind of shouted out earlier, Dude, we were in a really small private school state tournament, and my brother put on an absolute show in the championship game. Dropped like 39. It was unbelievable. Big games, man, are where it's at. That's where the battle is. That's where everybody wants to win. Win or go home situation. So much fun. So much fun. You're in middle school, good, man. Now, once you get into high school, man, enjoy every moment. Enjoy the practices. Enjoy everything. I talked with, some of my high school coaches, or my former high school coaches, and, man, I tell them how bad I miss practices, let alone the games. Enjoy the grind of it. Enjoy the learning about yourself, being a team player. Never make it about you, because at the end of the day, if you make it about you, like Kentucky early on, you're going to struggle. And you'll struggle to be a good teammate. You'll struggle to be a good player to coach, be coachable, always be approachable, and just enjoy the moment, man. Enjoy it, because, like I said, it goes by way too fast. And you don't want to look back and be upset about your time, or, upset about the way some things were handled. You'd rather have a good attitude about it and be like, man, I left it all on the line, left it all out there, and I had a great 4 years, and you had a prime moment in your life to just enjoy it. You don't have really too many worries going on right now. So just enjoy that moment of your life. I wish I could go back to 8th grade and be that kid again, but I enjoy what we're doing now. But, yeah, Skylar, enjoy every minute. Sorry I just went on a rant, but I'm very passionate about it, man. One day, God willing, I'll be a coach, hopefully, of a high school team. And, where I go from there, who knows. But that's always been a dream of mine, to be a coach. So I get really passionate, really invested into that stuff. Still talk to a lot of the players today. Hey, I'm going to have to go to the bus ride back. Has to be quiet. Hey, you're good, man. Dude, pop in some headphones and enjoy it. Lay that head against the window and just vibe with us. Big second half. If you're not able to watch it, 39-38. Kentucky is up by 1. I'm going to post this in the group real quick. But again, quick shout out for everybody being here. Kentucky in an absolute battle with Florida. Doesn't surprise me. $39-38. Halftime's about over. About to get back into the action. We need a big second half. As we look at the stats, just to kind of just to kind of tell you again. B.J. Boston with 11. He started out extremely aggressive, extremely well, and has since kind of taken a few steps back. 2 of 8 shooting, 11 points. But Davion Mintz, 13 points, 4 of 6 shooting. Olivier Sarr with 6. Keon Brooks off the bench with 4. I would like to see Keon be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more assertive. Because that was one of our keys to the game here, was get Keon rolling, get him involved. Because when Keon Brooks is out there, good things happen for the Wildcats. It's just the way it goes. 39-38. For Florida, Anthony DeRui is playing extremely well. Trey Mann has gotten playing really well. Tyree Appleby is playing okay. We just got to continue to hold some guys in check. Hold Trey Mann, reposted in each group. Hey, thank you, man. I know that you're having a good time in Rupp. Should be a very exciting finish, Daniel. We miss you here. But back, had to grab my Kentucky steak, bologna. Did you get you a fried bologna sandwich, Rick? You missed a great talk. But glad to have you back, Rick. But yes, second half action about to be underway. Cannot wait. 87 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. If you have any one of these brands of social media, Instagram, TikTok, hit us up, follow us, show us some love on there. We post content every day on the TikTok. The Instagram, we're waiting on our logo to be made. I've been in touch with a professional designer, so we're going to get our new logo rolling. So if you want to see it first, follow those 2 brands of social media. We will post them once we get the logo on those 2. It's extremely, extremely fun. We post a lot of good NBA talk on the TikTok, and we're going to be doing everything on the Instagram. Hey, fried bologna sandwiches, sometimes, man, they just hit the spot. Sometimes you just need a good fried bologna sandwich. Dude, like, fried bologna sandwiches are, my dad used to make them all the time. Quick shout out, Pastor Steve, my dad, Big Pops. Hey, if you are a religious person and you like, preaching on Sunday, if you don't want to drive anywhere and you stay at home, on Facebook, check out Gallatin Community Church, Gallatin, Gallatin Community Church. My dad does a great job there. Quick shout out to Pops, man. Great heart, great person. Love the guy to death. But if you are into church and such, every Sunday at 9 a.m., he goes live preaching. I'm one of his online viewers. Love it. Love it so much. But, yeah, quick shout out to Pops there. But cannot wait for this action here in the second half as we now transition to Kentucky talk. Dude, fried bologna sandwiches, again. Right now I'm on a keto diet, so I can't eat a lot of carbs. I limit myself to under 20 a day. It's extremely difficult some days. Like for lunch, I had a chicken bacon ranch salad from Subway, which has about 12 grams of carbs. So now I'm looking at 8 for my rest of my day. So we'll see what I whip up for dinner as I'm scraping together the limited amount of carbs that I can. So no bread. I bought a low-carb bread. Still haven't tried it. I think I'm going to try toast one of these days. But 39-38, Kentucky being extremely aggressive, getting to the line. But you would like to see their field goal percentage go up. You would like to see Florida's come down. As we're about to get rolling here. The second half is about to be underway. Go Wildcats. Let's continue to build. Continue to build. Big game. As I said earlier, every game is the biggest game of the year. We have to play well here. Big time. Let's go. Second half, about to be underway. Cannot wait. 39-38 as we get rolling. Jackson over to Mintz. Mintz looking to get it into Sarr, and he does. Sarr, as he always does, faces up. Now to ask you, no hesitation. Barely hit the rim. Maybe not the best shot. Appleby. All the way, kicks it out to Trey Mann. Trey Mann. Over to Noah. Noah pump fakes. Noah Locke for 3. Airballed that one. Didn't even hit the rim. Very bad shot by Noah Locke, who actually is a 40% three-point shooter. So extremely rare for Locke to be that offline from downtown. As now I ask you, into the front court. He's attacking. Floater off the back of the rim. That has to fall. As now Trey Mann into the front court for the Gators. Trey Mann working over to Noah. Noah gets it into Colin. Colin, he loses it there, skips it, cross court to Appleby. Appleby kicks it out. And now Noah Locke, another go, and this one's butter. He got his puppies in order, made some adjustments, and put it back in. Florida right back into the press. B.J. Boston, wide open mid-range jump shot, bank, offline. Isaiah Jackson, welcome back. Offensive rebound and put back. Welcome back, Isaiah Jackson. Love having you back into the lineup. As now they swing it around. Appleby working from a screen from Anthony. Anthony DeRui kicks it inside. Colin Castleton. And it's a turnover. Mintz into the front court. Beautiful move. Euro step finish. Davion Mintz for Kentucky keeps it rolling. 43-41. Beautiful move. Euro stepping through as Appleby all the way. Kicks it out. Trey Mann. Pump fake. Step back. Trey Mann from downtown. It's good. Fast-paced start to the second half. Trey Mann. That kid, very talented. Mintz into the front court to BJ. BJ, cross-court pass to Askew. He's now working on the right wing. Davion Mintz zips it inside to Jackson. Jackson pump fakes once and gets fouled by Colin Castleton. Isaiah Jackson, welcome back. Already putting his stamp on the game. What's going on, Bryce? Good to have you here, man. Kentucky continues to build on it. We have to continue to build. Trey Mann, an unbelievable talent, man. That kid's a sophomore. I'm sure he'll go pro, and he'll be a successful pro. Just has a pace to him. He rebounds. Kind of reminds me of DeJounte Murray. DeJounte Murray. Love that guy from the NBA. Dante Allen. A quick plug-in here in the second half. Going with some shooting against the zone. Wow. They went with Dante Allen. Extremely early in the second half, as well as Jackson makes his free throws. 45-44, 17:40 to go. As now Appleby. They've gone away from Trey Mann as their one, and kind of Appleby has started the show for the Gators. Trey Mann gets a screen. As they went to their bench as well with Omar Payne. He kicks it out to Anthony DeRuey. DeRuey loses it, and they call a travel. Anthony DeRuey having a fantastic game for Florida. And sticking with that press, 2 turnovers so far for the Gators as Mintz takes it into the front court. Mintz, Allen, Askew, Sar, Jackson. Mintz in the corner. He'll just step back and fire. Won't go. Jackson battling on the glass. Isaiah, oh my goodness. He about just threw it down. Finally got here. Good game. Yes, sir, Al. Has been a fantastic game. 45-44. Isaiah Jackson tried tearing the rim off. Tried spiking it. That looks like an OG Blake Griffin attempt where he just tried throwing it in there. Isaiah Jackson, welcome back. The kid has been struggling with foul trouble all game long, Al. And now he's back in. He had 2 points, 2 rebounds coming into the half. Now he has 6 points, 4 rebounds. So he's already making his impact known as Scotty Lewis checks in for the Gators. Some quick subs for both teams here as Noah Locke heads to the bench for the Gators. They are making some quick subs, both teams. Allen got an early plug. Is now Jackson. He missed the first and makes the second, 46-44. In my opinion, a top 7 prospect heading into next year's draft, Isaiah Jackson. As now Appleby into the front court for the Gators. They got Omar Payne, Scotty Lewis, Appleby, Mann, and, of course, Anthony DeRuey. As Scotty Lewis step back, Dante Allen stays in front. Appleby, great scramble defense by the Wildcats. Davion Mintz blocks it away. Appleby, and Jackson rejects it. Isaiah Jackson. Again, welcome back, Isaiah. This team is so different when he's out there. He must, and I mean must, stay out of foul trouble. This guy could play 35 minutes a night. As now Florida looking to get it in. They got 1 second. Scotty Lewis, and I think they call it a 5-second. Great defense by the Wildcats. We have 4 blocks on the game. Isaiah Jackson. Yes, sir, Rick. Isaiah Jackson. We are a different team when that kid's out here. He just brings so much. 3 turnovers so far this half for the Gators. Fantastic defense by the Wildcats. Askew gets a screen working, and he dribbles it off his foot. Devin Askew, quick turnover. First one of the half for the Cats. You would like to see him not just dribble it off his foot. As now Trey Mann working against Mintz. Mann looking. Gets it over to DeRuey. Scotty Lewis now. Mid-range, pump fakes, gets it into Omar Payne. Out to Scotty. Scotty, 4-3. Won't go. Dante Allen literally just pushed Anthony DeRuey. I mean, he literally just shoved both hands into him. As they're letting Dante kind of go a little bit here. I mean, you're not going to get away with that. I mean, he literally shoved both hands. Got to go to my daughter's soccer game. Go Cats and finish what you started. Yes, sir, Rick. Enjoy that. Girlfriend was a soccer player. She loves it. Can only imagine how much fun those are. So enjoy your time, Rick. Have a good time. I'm going to start calling you Soccer Dad. As now they get it over. That's Appleby. Appleby working. Stops, looking for a pass. Zips it inside and turns it over. Dante Allen still out there. Normally, if a guy makes a mistake like that and he's a little bit on the hot seat, normally Cal will pull him. He's putting trust in Dante here with, I think that's a extended 1-3-1 now that Florida's throwing at the Cats. A very zone-heavy game for Florida. As now Sarr, top of the key, gives it over to Mintz. Mintz attacking. Looking, probing, out to Askew. They have 15 on the shot clock. Mintz now gets it inside. Offensive foul on Isaiah Jackson. Another foul. That's number 3. Maybe a minor flop. Maybe. But nonetheless, it's a foul. 46-44. 15:47 to go. Kentucky leads by 2. 15 timeout here. How's everybody doing? How's your day going? Saturday. The day Kentucky games makes the day just feel like so quick, if that makes any sense. Like whenever they play at like 3 or 4 or 5, then you blink and it's almost 7, it's almost 8. Again, if you are new, we're doing a 100 subscriber giveaway on our YouTube channel. So if you are new, go ahead, click that subscribe button. That's all you got to do to enter. And if you are also, we're doing a giveaway on the TikTok. We just hit 4,000 followers on the TikTok, so we're doing a giveaway. We're not too sure what we're doing yet. We got a little bit of time to figure it out. But I'll probably be going live on there a little bit later tonight to work through some potential NBA trades through NBA Trade Machine. So that should be fun. Again, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Always appreciated. $46-44. I need to post the score in the chat. You guys need to yell at me. This is where we miss Daniel. Daniel normally does this stuff for us. But he is currently in Lexington having a good time at the game. There is the score now. 46-44. Kentucky versus Florida. Absolute great game so far. Both clubs really giving it their all. Playing extremely well. Cannot wait for the second half. The second half is going to be a blast. I mean, they're showing Tiger on the screen. Quick prayers. Shout out Tiger. Hope all is well. Hope he recovers well. His professional career is more than likely over. But at least his life was, at least his life was saved in that. But Kentucky, so far, a pretty good game. We started out hot and have cooled off significantly. But we continue to battle. 15:47 to go. 46-44. A big stretch here. I would like to see us extend the lead to the 10-minute. What's the stats looking like? Haven't been watching. So BJ Boston's playing pretty well. Let me pull up the stats for you. BJ Boston has 11 points, 3 rebounds. Isaiah Jackson has 7 and 4. Davion Mintz with 15. And then Keon off the. Anthony DeRui has put on an absolute show with 10. As now Appleby into the front court. Zigging and zagging. He gets fouled. And then Trey Mann. Trey Mann is a great player. I compared him to like a Shea for the Gators. I mean, he kind of just controls everything, slows it down. But ever since I compared him, though, he's kind of been more of an off-ball guy. And then Scotty Lewis has 5. Noah Locke has 6. Appleby with 3. And then Colin Castleton has 6 and 3 and 3. So for us, it is Mintz, Jackson, Boston as pretty much our leading scorers. I would like to see Keon get a little bit more involved as Appleby misses the first. But yeah, we just need to be a little bit more aggressive. I think BJ needs to return back to his first half self because he was being extremely aggressive. And his shot's kind of not falling anymore. 46-45, 15:30 to go. Davion Mintz brings it up into the front court, off against the pressure. And now Florida's back in like a 2-3-3-2 zone, maybe more of a matchup zone. Keon Brooks, top of the key. He'll shoot offline, Toppin rebounds, out to Mintz. Mintz now, jab steps right and will dribble left, out to Boston, over to Toppin. Toppin in the corner now, looking inside to Keon. He gets it there. Small man on him, he'll go to work. Keon Brooks, offensive rebound off his miss, and we cannot connect. My goodness. Colin Castleton pulls it down for the Gators. Appleby all the way out. Scotty Lewis, no go. I don't understand why he shoots so many threes. I'm all right with it. A 19% shooter in conference. B.J. Boston got fouled by Lewis. Man, I kind of made a joke earlier. First time we played him, Scotty had blonde hair. And now Scotty will get pulled for Sampson, the freshman. One of the rare freshmen that play for the Gators. Scotty looks very, very upset. Scotty Lewis is a kid that hasn't been playing too well, as Osei Osofu checks in for the Gators, a junior, averaging 2.5 and 3 rebounds. So Mintz inside to Keon. Keon out the top and mid-range jump shot. That's where he likes to play, but he misses. Sarr clears it. Over to Keon. Mintz pump fakes. Back. Keon, top of the key. 3 ball. Look good. Isn't good. Sarr battling. Can't get the rebound. Olivier Sarr. Cal yelling at him saying, be strong. Now, Castleton all the way. He gets fouled. 46-45. A very physical game. The refs so far in the first half had a pretty clean whistle. But now Florida will go to the line. Colin Castleton got absolutely hacked by Sarr and Brooks. Castleton at the line. First one's up, first one's good. 46-46. He's a transfer from Michigan. Averaged 2 points a game there. Imagine if Michigan had him. As Noah Locke checks in for Trey Mann. So Trey Mann gets a breather. 47-46. Florida lead. Let me post that in the chat. As now Kentucky's offense will get rolling. Mintz looking to work. I'm not sure what they're doing. Now there's 10 to work. And B.J. Boston turns it over. Trying to get it inside to Sarr. 47-46. Appleby probing into the lane. Appleby working against Sarr. And he's working. Sarr, pretty good defense there. And they turn it over. Great defense. This group is extremely long. Sifo couldn't handle the pass. I mean, Appleby was really working hard to get around Sarr and then just dropped it in and couldn't be handled by Osufu. In the first half, Florida only had 6 turnovers. In the second half, already with 13:37 left to play, they have 5. So they've already almost, reached their first half total. As now Askew into the front court over to Mintz. Mintz back to Askew, and now we'll work against the zone. We have missed our last 7 field goal attempts, but we're only down 1. Toppin working outside to Keon. Keon to Askew. Devin over to Mintz. Mintz gets it inside to Jackson. He'll go to work facing up. Cross-court pass to Toppin. Toppin, set your feet, get your puppies in order, and knock down a 3. Jacob Toppin. 49-47, 13 minutes to go. Beautiful pass by Jackson, and Toppin had time to eat a burger, watch a movie, whatever you want to say. He had the time to do it. Colin working against Jackson. Don't pick up your 4th. He'll fade, and that's pure. Colin Castleton. Beautiful shot. And now Askew. Cross court to Toppin. Toppin. Pull up, mid-range jump shot off marked. Colin Castleton rebounds. Pushing. Get it up to Appleby. Appleby working. Gets a screen from Colin. They get it over. Noah Lack looking to attack. And then he'll kick it out. Appleby, pump fake. Now he's driving. Gets inside out to Noah. They got 14 on the clock. Noah just pulls it. That's a tough three. Won't go. Isaiah Jackson with the rebound for the Cats. Up to Mintz. Davion inside to Keon. This half we're shooting terrible. 3 of 14. Davion Mintz being aggressive. Gets inside. Double dribbles. Sloppy play. Very sloppy play. 49-49. 12 minutes to go. A very back and forth battle between the Gators and the Wildcats. To say I expected anything different, I would be lying. 49-49. A very, very tough game. I expected this to be a tight one. Yes, sir, Daniel. Good to have you, man. We miss you. We miss you today. But we're working. Hope you're having a good time in Rupp. Hopefully we can pull this one out. Extremely close. Our man Rick had to go to a soccer game, so he had to leave a little early. But some of our keys to the game, man, were get some assist. They're struggling getting assist. Last time we checked, and I'll go take a peek right now. Last time we checked, we were hovering around 4 or 5, which is not where you want to be. As a team, we have 5 assists. That's not where you want to be. You want to be in double digits, into like the 10-15 category. We've been shooting the ball extremely well. Well, we're not shooting the ball great right now. 30% from 3, 38 from the floor. Again, still tied. And get Keon rolling was another one of our keys. And he has 4 points, 4 rebounds. So it's not necessarily like we're getting him rolling. So every key that I had for the game is looking like it's not happening. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. 74-70 was my final score prediction, with Davion Mintz being our leading scorer. That is coming to fruition right now, but he's kind of cooled off. You know, we need a guy, and normally in the second half he plays really well. So we're hoping to see that closer Davion Mintz come out because he's a talented player, man. Love Davion Mintz. But we've slowed down DeRuy, Anthony DeRuy. He was having his way in the first half. He led them in scoring last time we played. So it's good that we've kind of held him under control. And Trey Mann's not playing incredible per se. Neither is Tyree Appleby, who was their second leading scorer last time we played. So we'll see. Dante Allen got real quick action early. But in the second half, I would say. But we probably won't see him the rest of the game if I had to make a prediction on that. Dante Allen just can't find his role with this group, and it's only going to get worse next year with, more people coming in the recruiting classes. And, who else? Because we added Mintz and Sarr this summer. So, adding the big O, Oscar, into the mix this early, they could also grab another transfer. The Pitt guard has recently put his name in. Maybe we go after him, another ACC player. But now Trey Mann into the front court for the Gators. 11:50 to go. Mann working against Mintz. Gets a screen from Colin Castleton. Out to Sampson. Gets it inside to Colin. Colin's been playing really well this second half. Gets right where he wants, flips it up and in. I'm telling you, when he gets to his spot, he's a 60% field goal shooter for a reason. The kid is very efficient. Askew into the front court. Over to Keon. One more to Toppin. Toppin. Oh, he was open. Thought he wanted it. Askew to Mintz. Mintz on the right wing. Up to Toppin, top of the key. Inside to Jackson. Jackson going to work. Left-handed finishes up and in. 51-51. Another tie game here. As now Trey Mann back into the front court for the Gators. 11 minutes to go. Trey Mann hands it over to Noah. Noah Lack attacking. And he'll get it outside. Now back to Trey Mann. Trey Mann working. Gets a screen from Anthony DeRui. Trey Mann all the way. Tough finish. My goodness. Trey Mann with the right-handed finish. Mintz, open 3 ball. God, you got to make those. You have to make those. Trey Mann rebounds it for Florida. Up to Sampson. Now back to Mann. 53-51, 10:30 to go. Mann gets a screen from Anthony DeRui. Mann attacking. Up, offline, but they call a foul. Jackson now with 4. Every game we have the same conversation. Isaiah Jackson in foul trouble. Every game it feels like. And every game we say the same thing. We need him out there. We need him out there. So he'll have to sit, as now he'll talk with a ref. Hopefully now, though, Keon can come in and play good minutes. Come on, Keon. We need you. Trey Mann, 12 points, 5 rebounds. A guard, man. If you're into like college stuff too, on the TikTok, I just released my first 15. It's 1 through 15 of a big board for next season. I just released my 15 and number 14. We'll be doing a little bit of a countdown every other day, every other 2 days, something like that. My 15th was Jalen Johnson. My 14th was Jaden Springer. As now Jackson goes to the bench. 54-51 Florida. Man. Askew. Boston, Toppin, Sarr, Mintz. Another athletic group. Sarr checked in for Jackson. Jackson now with 4. Askew has 3. Mintz now into the front court. 55-51 for Florida. They're starting to build a little traction. Askew top of the key, calling out the play over to Boston. Boston, they're looking inside a lot. Mintz, he'll get it into Sarr. Sarr faces up, cross-court pass to Askew. Askew now attacking, gives it into Sarr, and Sarr can't handle the pass, and it's another turnover. 55-51. Florida, Noah Locke aggressively into the front court. He'll get inside, pump fakes once, out to DeRui. DeRui over to Mann. Mann now getting a screen from Colin Castleton. No, now they'll set it up. They got 14 to work. Trey Mann. He's really played well this second half. Mann gives it inside to Colin Castleton. Colin Castleton and Trey Mann. The 2-man band this second half. Castleton misses the mid-range jump shot. Kentucky looking to push. Brandon Boston on the other end. Flips it over to Mintz. Mintz attacking. Flips up a reverse layup. It's good. Davion Mintz. Tough layup. Little dipsy-do fillet for you. 55-53. 9 minutes to go. Trey Mann is going to call a timeout for the Gators. 55-53. 9 minutes to go. 55 Florida. 53 Cats. Little dipsy-do from Davion Mintz. Love to see that. He needs to be more aggressive. Dante Allen about to check back in. He's gotten some more run this second half. With a little bit of foul trouble. Cal digging into his bench a little bit more. 55-53. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. It's been a little under 2 hours stream. So I appreciate everybody for coming in, whether you're in here for a few seconds, in here for a few minutes, in here for the long haul. I appreciate it. It's always fun to get on here and talk Kentucky. So we'll see, man. This is going to be a tough finish. 55-53. Kentucky is battling. They're in a battle. We were up 10 early in the first half. We always know it's a battle with Florida. You know, the last meeting was a little bit of a fluke. Not a lot of times does a team get blown out against one of their rivals, especially in the SEC. But we got to get more assists, man. And, you know, like I said, in the 3-game winning streak, we've had all over double-digit games of assists. We had 15, 17, and 12. Tonight, we're sitting at 5, 6. We need more. You have to create for others. That's how you set up opportunities. And granted, we're not shooting the ball very well. Kind of back to that old Kentucky way. 55-53. Florida finds themselves up. Kentucky shooting the ball terrible, but they're only down 2. So, that's a positive. Should be a really good finish here. Under 10 minutes to go. So, man, oh man. This could get crazy. What a time. What a game. This is where we turn another corner. Closing out a close, tight game. This would be so big for Kentucky. 74 as they're looking back at the 06 Florida team that won a championship. I can remember as a kid sitting down watching that. Al Horford, Corey Brewer, those guys. Memories that you'll always have of just some random stuff. But as you look, man, Duke has somehow wiggled their way into the first 4 out. Last 4 in. You're looking at Western, Michigan State, Oregon, and Georgia Tech. This is all according to Jerry Palm of CBS. Kentucky's still out of the mix to a lot of, bracketology members, but they're battling nonetheless. Cannot wait for us to make a little noise. 55-53, 9:06 to go. As now Appleby, this would be a big win. Florida is currently ranked, they're a 7 seed in the tournament. Another quality win this would be. Mintz battling for the ball. Trey Mann comes up with it. 10 seconds to work. He attacks downhill. Left-handed finish is good. Trey Mann, so smooth. 57-53, Florida. We have to get a stop. Mintz to Toppin. Toppin gets it across half court. BJ, being aggressive, got fouled. Florida now with 14 fouls. We're working towards the 1-and-1 bonus. Trey Mann worked it off. Beautiful seal by the big man, Omar Payne, for Florida. He flips it up and in. Trey Mann, very tough. And one of our keys to the game was keep Trey Mann in check. He's had his way in the second half, playing extremely well. I kind of said this earlier. He reminds me of like a Shea for Florida. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander a few years ago for the Wildcats. Kind of that guy that we went to at every breathing second. Davion Mintz tries getting cute. It won't work. Toppin now collects it. He tried throwing it off the back as Dante Allen checks in. BJ Boston, Mintz, Allen, Toppin, Sarr. Mintz now working with the offense. Gets a screen from Sarr. Over. BJ. Pump fake. Step back. Mid-range jump shot is good. BJ Boston. That's a confidence-boosting shot. 57-55. 8 minutes, or 8.5, 8:15 to go. Sorry about that. Trey Mann now with the ball for the Gators. Working against Boston. We have to hold this guy in check. He's a great player. Inside to Derui. Derui, we've done a great job in the second half on. Scotty Lewis back in for the Gators. He's attacking. Behind the back pass, ill-advised. He turns it over. Scotty Lewis trying to get too cute. And Florida's coach is not happy. I wouldn't be either. Scotty Lewis has another timeout here. Reposted. Keep killing it. Hey, appreciate it, Daniel. Have a good time at the game, dog. This is going to be a crazy game. Crazy finish. 57-55. Florida still up, but it will be Kentucky ball out of the timeout, and you would like to see a bucket here. They got to stop. They turned Florida over. Scotty Lewis with an ill-advised behind-the-back pass, but nonetheless, we're going. That's still our ball. 57-55. I need to figure out a way to change the font color of the chat so I can see it a little bit better whenever it pops up here. You guys like the new background? I'm not talking about my Lakers stuff. This has always been there. But the Kentucky versus Florida looks very good, very clean. Big shout out again, Daniel, for making it. Daniel, big part of what we do here. Fred, Caleb, everybody. We love what we do. The X Factor Sports Talk. Again, we will have a new logo. Super excited about it. Can't wait to show you guys. But it's still in the works, still in the making. We'll see how much longer it takes. But it should be coming soon. But here we go, man. It's going to be a tough last few minutes here in the game. Cannot wait to see how the Wildcats build and respond and just react to this game. It's a tight game. This is a very much March game. It feels like a March Madness game. Two teams battling it out. both fighting for their seeding, fighting for their March Madness life, especially Kentucky. But would be a big win. Every game is a big game, big win, regardless of who it is right now for the Wildcats. At 8-13, you can't complain when it comes down to wins. As we continue to build here, free throw shooting has been terrific. 9 of 21. Florida 9 of 10. Both teams executing well. 6 of 14 from downtown, so they're now finally below 50% from 3. Was a big point that I wanted them to do. But Tre Mann and Colin Castleton for Florida has been terrific. A two-man band. Tre Mann is so smooth. Such a smooth player. Very talented. And Colin Castleton is so pure in the post, working it. I mean, Isaiah Jackson's arguably the best post defender in the game. So, it's extremely tough. And there is a kid, though, from Michigan that would like to talk to me, Hunter Dickerson. But, nonetheless, 57-55, 7:53 to go. I mean, Tre Mann and Castleton have combined for 28 of the 57. So, the rest of the teams only scored 29 points. As Allen, Mintz, Boston, Toppin, Sarr. Cal seems to like this lineup, so he'll keep it rolling. Mintz over to Toppin. Toppin, top of the key. Looking to get it inside. And they'll call a hold on Colin Castleton. That is foul number 5 for the Gators, working towards that 1-and-1 bonus. And the way Kentucky's shooting free throws, I'm all right with them going to the line. 7:40 to go. B.J. Boston gets it over to Toppin. Toppin wide open. Didn't take it. Instead, elects to give it to Mintz. They got 15 on the clock. Allen with it, looking to get it inside. Gets it to the top of the key. Jacob Toppin downhill, got fouled going up for 2. I think that was on Scotty Lewis. Scotty Lewis is doing more to hurt Florida than he is to help. He takes so many threes, and he's a 19% three-point shooter on in the conference schedule. So, I mean, Scotty Lewis still on the floor. I like it as a Kentucky fan. Toppin from the line, it's pure. Jacob Toppin, one of our more reliable free throw shooters down the stretch. And it looks like Allen will take a breather. Probably won't see him again. Askew comes back in. 57-56, 7:30 to go. Cal is managing with a lot of foul trouble here between Askew and Jackson. Toppin puts in the second. I mean, Dante Allen doesn't even look like he wants to be there. 57-57, 7.5 to go. Kentucky's free throw shooting, a great story. They struggled early on free throws, early on in the year, but have since turned it around. Tre Mann working. Over to DeRuy and B.J. Boston with the steal. Sorry, I was trying to figure out his name. I keep forgetting it. Anthony DeRuy. Toppin now. Over to Askew. Askew looking to get it inside to Sarr. Now they'll run a play. 20 seconds to go on the shot clock. We are now below 7 minutes. It's a tie game. 57-57. Toppin, top of the key. Gets it out to Mintz. Mintz now looking inside for Sarr. They are dying to get the ball to Sarr. Toppin, top of the key. He's going to have to go to work. Tacks inside, and they call a foul. I mean, Jacob Toppin forcing the action. Anthony DeRuy cannot stop him. They have to foul him every time. Jacob Toppin doing extremely well. Getting inside. Noah Locke with a beautiful little poke away, but Anthony DeRuy with the foul. Toppin now at the line. 57-57, 1-and-1. It's good. Jacob Toppin's free throw. Again, he's become one of our more reliable guys at the line when it comes down to it. 58-57. Jacob Toppin. Wiggling the ball around. He'll flip it up. He misses it, and Toppin almost had the rebound, but was going back on defense and didn't see it right in front of him. As now Appleby, 58-57, Kentucky leads, stolen away. Davion Mintz up to Toppin. Toppin for takeoff. Oh! Got rim stuffed, hard landing. Got fouled by Anthony DeRuy, and Toppin slow to get up. Toppin was lifting for absolute takeoff. Oh, my goodness. It almost went in. Didn't look like there was a foul. But the ref showing him a little bit of love. Now Darui has 3 fouls. Toppin still hard fall. Beautiful shoes he's got on, the Kobe's. 58-57. UK is back on top. Can Toppin add to it? He misses another free throw. That is on me. Guys, I have to apologize. I jinxed him. I shouldn't have said he's becoming one of our more reliable guys. As now he's wincing as if he's hurt. Love it when they do that. Miss a free throw and act like, they're hurt. Toppin now. Second one's up. Looked a lot better, and it's good. 59-57. Keon will check in for Toppin. Toppin going to the bench. He's walking a bit gingerly, and now they will stretch him out. Yeah, he's really struggling getting over there. As now Appleby into the front court for the Gators. Hands it over to Trey Mann. Trey Mann gets a screen from Colin. Trey Mann inside. Beautiful work of the pick and roll with Trey Mann and Castleton. A duo that has played terrific here in the second half. Askew up to Mintz. Mintz attacking. 59-59. Keon Brooks now, and it's out of bounds. I think, did the refs blow it? They did. But it's Florida ball nonetheless. 59-59, 6 minutes to go. Trey Mann and Colin Castleton, man. I mean, they're playing terrific. They're just working a two-man game. If you're Florida, you got to keep going back to that. The ref was a little late there on the whistle. Now, I'm not sure why they're taking a stoppage here. Maybe a little clock issue. I'm not too sure. I think they're looking at a clock issue. (59-59), 6 minutes and 3 seconds to go. Man. I'll update the score real quick. 59-59. Huge game here for both ball clubs, honestly. There'll be about 6:07 left after the review. .606 now. They changed it to. It's a pretty obvious call. I think his whistle wasn't working. It looked like he was trying to blow it, but his whistle wasn't working. So now Appleby brings it into the front court for the Gators. 6 minutes to go. Let's go. 59-59. Backdoor cut by Trey Mann. Fumbled it a bit, and now it's back out to Noah Locke. Noah Locke looking to attack. And just hands it over to Anthony Darui. Hands it over to Trey Mann. Trey Mann now going to work against Mintz. Behind the back. Beautiful move. Toppin rips it away, and they call a foul. Trey Mann going to work for the Gators. Beautiful. Stopping on a dime. Change of direction. Behind the back. My goodness. That was a beautiful block by Toppin. I think they called a foul on Sarr. But Mann didn't really have the ball. But Trey Mann almost automatic from the line. He missed. He was 4th in the SEC in free throw percentage and misses the front end. His tattoos on his arm are pretty interesting. Trey Mann, the second one, that one looked much better. And it's good. 60-59, Florida, 5:40 to go. Here we go, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, should be a good ending. B.J. Boston over to Mintz. Mintz now with 20. They give it over to Askew. Askew will set it up. They're looking to get it into Sarr. They do. Sarr faces up as usual. Skips cross court to Mintz. God, those passes give me anxiety. Davion Mintz looking to go to work. Gets a screen from Sarr. Hands it over to Boston. Boston with 6. Skip it over. Toppin, no hesitation. Terrible shot. Off the rim. Appleby now pushing for the Gators. 5 minutes to go all the way. Tough finish. 62-59 Gators on a little bit of a run. 5 minutes ago, BJ out the top and one more to Askew. Warm up, jump shot. Almost airballed it. Devin Askew struggling today. Trey Mann now working, attacking. Zips it over to Anthony DeRuy. DeRuy out to Appleby. We need a stop here, and we need a stop bad. Appleby working against Toppin. Back and forth, attacking. Nowhere to go. Flips it out. Stolen by Askew. Askew flips it up. Davion Mintz throws it down. Davion Mintz, one of the highest flyers on this Kentucky roster. 62-61, 4:25 to go. You got to think Isaiah Jackson will slowly be brought back into this one with his 4 fouls. 4:25, 62-61. Isaiah Jackson, as I say it, comes off the bench and is checking in. Will be intriguing to see who they pull. Maybe Sarr. 15 turnovers for both teams. Trey Mann over to Noah, gets it back to Trey. You got to work a pick and roll between Colin and Trey, and that's exactly what they're doing. Mann, downhill, kicks it out to Anthony DeRuy, who hands it back to Mann. Mann working, and it's turned over. Devin Askew into the front court. Devin Askew got blocked. Toppin throws it in off the miss. Jacob Toppin, 63-62, D up Kentucky. Jacob Toppin, take flight, young man. Come on now. You got to keep him in. You cannot take Jacob Toppin out of this game. Devin Askew got blocked, but Jacob Toppin on the cleanup. My goodness. Fire me up, kid. Let's go. 63-62. My goodness, this finish. 63-62. I got really excited. Sorry about that. Just got really jacked up. Jacob Toppin cleared for takeoff. Tip slam. Way to follow, man. Way to battle. Come on. Come on. Keep pushing. Keep pushing, man. I think it's an under 4 here. Timeout. Or Florida took it. So we'll probably have 2 timeouts here. A little simultaneously. Back to back. Man, Kentucky continues to battle. The field goal shooting hasn't been there, but in every other aspect of the game, they are battling, they are scraping, they are clawing. Very, very excited. Great game coming here, 63-62. Thanks everybody for joining me here. We're going to experience a very good ending. Jacob Toppin. Exclamation point there. Taking back the lead. Hopefully, we don't give it back for the rest of the night. What a game. Both ball clubs playing extremely well. Trey Mann, Colin Castleton. That's a duo in March Madness you kind of have to keep an eye on. They could be a little dangerous team in that 7, 8, 9 seed. Florida, a lot of talent. But again, as my man Mark kind of alluded to earlier, the kind of lack of small rotation, which I don't want to word it like that, but they go too deep in the bench sometimes. You know, they got guys playing that, you know, don't really do anything average-wise. Now, stats don't always tell the story, but at the same time, like Quez Glover, he's played a lot this game for Florida. Maybe not a lot, but probably around 10 minutes. Why? Why does he play? Then they got guys getting minutes like Sampson, and he has a really long last name. Not even going to attempt it because I will butcher that thing so bad. He only averages 2.5 points per game. He's a freshman. And everybody else is a sophomore, junior. They're a very experienced team. Again, if they had Keontae Johnson, Florida would be a top 10 team in the nation. But they're working with what they have. Trey Mann's incredible. Scotty Lewis has been so far from who everyone thought he could be. But 63-62, from here on out, everyone is in the bonus. One more foul by Kentucky. It'll be the last 1-1. But again, the first 36 minutes of the game, Kentucky is a plus 23 in point differential. In the last 4, they are a negative 36. Again, that is in regulation. Now they're under 4. 3:43 to go. This has been a back and forth half. 63-62. They get it in to Castleton. Castleton working against Sarr. Sarr, Toppin, Askew, Boston. Mintz, 3-ball, Appleby. It's good. Florida answers 65-63. 3:20 to go. Still with their pressure. Askew taking it into the front court. He'll pull it back and see what they can set up. Askew looking, gets it over to Mintz on the right wing. Toppin, mid-range. He's looking to go to Warwick. Probably should have fired that first one. Toppin, downhill, left hand, way off. Bad shot by Jacob Toppin. And now Trey Mann into the front court. Again, been a very back-and-forth affair. One team will take the lead, then a couple minutes later, the other one does. Very exciting game. 65-63. 2:50 to go. It's winning time. Trey Mann has it, and they'll go back to the two-man game with him and Colin Castleton. Trey Mann gives it over to, big miss. Anthony DeRui can't hit. He hasn't done anything in the second half. They go to him there, and he misses. I keep forgetting his name. I don't know why. But now Askew setting up the offense. Under 20 seconds to work on the shot clock. Over to Toppin. Toppin zips it over. Mintz, 4-3. Off the mark. BJ Boston. Big rebound, and it's off BJ. Had it in his hands. Great hustle by Appleby. 65-63. Tyree Appleby, the junior, battling for the Gators. That has to be a jump ball, though. Wow. Great hustle by Tyree Appleby. Under 2 minutes now. Interrupt 65-63. Florida on top. Appleby drives, draws, kicks it down. Colin Castleton kicks it out to Mann. Mann looking to go to work. Step back, mid-range. Jump shot is pure. Trey Mann for the Gators. 67-63. Who do the Cats go to? Mintz into the front court. Hands it over to Askew. Askew will set it up in a quick timeout by Cal. 1:38 to go. 67-63. What's going on, Fred? Good to have you. An incredible game so far. 67-63. Minute 38 to go. Florida now has the lead. Been a very back and forth second half. Trey Mann, absolutely unbelievable. Fantastic player. He's done it all for Florida. Very tough step back there. If you guys are watching it at home, that step back was so tough. He double pumped. Looked like maybe Mintz got a piece of it before the step back. But Trey Mann stays focused and knocks it in. So we're about to return to action. A minute 38. They need a score here bad. Who does Kentucky go to? Mintz has kind of been off with his jump shot. Normally in these situations, it's Mintz or Sarr. They've made that very well known early on in the year. Sarr took a lot of our, last-minute shots. 9 losses after leading in the second half this season for Kentucky. This one could be number 10. It's crazy. 8-13. We need this one. This would be such a big game. Askew now working for the Cats. Gets a screen from Sarr. Looking, Askew. Gives it into Jackson. Jackson, one-on-one. Gets inside and finishes. Isaiah Jackson. 67-65. A minute and 20 to go. Isaiah Jackson straight downhill on Castleton, and he puts it up and in. Great game so far from Jackson. And now Appleby inside. They'll go to the post as well. To Castleton. Castleton looking. He looks more in a pass mode. He gives it out. Appleby attacking. Right-handed finish is blocked away by Sarr. Askew now for Kentucky. Beautiful block by Olivier Sarr. Down to BJ. BJ, cross-court pass. Davion Mintz resets after the pump. It's offline. Tipped out to Askew. Askew now, 48 seconds to go. 17 on the shot clock. 67-65. Askew gets a screen from Jackson. Looking, gives it to Mintz. Mintz, never shy. And I'm pretty sure Kentucky called a timeout. 37.3 to go. 67-65. An unbelievable defensive possession by Kentucky. Olivier Sarr met Appleby at the rim, swatted it away. Mintz then got a wide open look and missed. But Kentucky has it, rebounded it, and now took a timeout. It will be interesting to see who they draw it up for. After the last timeout, they went straight to Isaiah Jackson in the post. He scored. Do we go for more of that? Or do we draw something up for maybe BJ? Or Mintz? It'll be interesting to see where they go. Cal normally saves all of his timeouts for the last few minutes, and he did that again. He still got one to go. So does Florida. Both teams with one timeout. 37.3 to go. Both teams shooting extremely well from the foul line. So if this becomes a fouling game, both teams are set and prepared for it. As BJ Boston will inbound for the Cats. BJ gets it into Askew. They have 8 seconds to work. Askew's going to get a screen from Mintz. And now he's lost in no man's land. Olivier Sarr, three-pointer, won't go. Florida rebounds. Now it's a fouling game. And they'll foul Appleby. And now Askew is getting screamed at by Cal. Bad decision by Askew. Olivier Sarr could have had a pump fake and then dribbled it in, as it's the last 1-and-1 for Florida. So there's still a little bit of hope. Askew, I mean, you give it to Olivier Sarr in no man's land. I mean, you gotta give that to Mintz. You have to throw it to where the play is designed for, unless there's something else. Especially when you pick up your dribble. Why is your dribble picked up? But Tyree Appleby, 6th in the SEC in foul shooting. 1 of 2 today. First one's up. First one is, oh my goodness, the roll. It hung on the rim. 68-65. This is the big one. Kentucky down 3. 23.7 seconds to go. Appleby flips up the second one. Yeah, that was pure. Looks so good off his hands. As now Kentucky will look to set it up. 69-65. 23 seconds. Askew gets in and he's running. Gets it over to Boston. Hands it over to Askew. Askew driving, kicks it, and it's deflected out of bounds. 16 seconds to go. They tried getting a quick hitter to Mintz. It'll be interesting to see if they use their timeout. Doesn't look like they will. Askew will inbound. Quick entry to Sarr probably. Give it over to Jackson with 15. They ain't got a lot of time. I don't know why they're playing with it. Mintz attacking. Gets fouled on the trip. 10.5 seconds to go. We are also in the bonus. 1-and-1. We need at least one. But preferably we need 2. $69-65. The announcers, of course, ripping Kentucky. Their decision-making down the stretch seems like an every-game occurrence. 66.7% from the foul line on the year. He's got 19 points. 69-65. 10.5 seconds to go. Mintz. It's a 1-and-1 situation. We need the first one. Flips it up. It's good. Davion Mintz puts it in. 69-66. It'll be interesting to see what happens here. What does he do? Mintz flips it up, and it's good as well. 69-67 Wildcats, 10.5 seconds to go. Toppin enters for Sarr. A lineup I wish we saw pretty much all of the last 3 minutes. Toppin, Jackson, Mintz, Askew, and Boston. Let's see what Florida can do. They have 1 timeout remaining, so more than likely they won't take a 5-second penalty, as now they're looking to get it into Appleby or Trey Mann. They get it into Mann, and he's quickly fouled. Trey Mann, an unbelievable foul shooter, 2nd in the SEC. He's only missed 1 today. It's a 1-1 situation here for the Gators. We still have a timeout. The college game needs to adapt and adopt the advance the ball rule. I've said that for years, that the NBA has. 69-67, Trey Mann at the line. 1-1 situation. He misses, we push. Mann, first free throw's up, it's good. These guards that they have can absolutely make free throws. Now it's 70-67. He makes this one. We're in a wee bit of trouble, and he does. 71-67. Jackson gets it into Askew. Askew's pushing, and he'll hold on to the ball. Kicks it over to Mintz. Mintz sets up for three. Won't go, and the Wildcats have lost. Florida with a big win, 71-67. That's a tough one to swallow right there, guys. 71-67. Ending of a winning streak. We now fall to 8-14, 7-8 in the conference. That's a hard one to swallow. Hard one to swallow. Considering with a win there, we're right into the mix for a high-ranked seed. This one stings. But as we look, my score prediction was 74-70. Kentucky. Now, Florida scored 71. So I had about where they would score right, but we just didn't shoot the ball well enough to win. We shot 38% from the field, 20% from downtown. You can't expect to shoot that bad and win games, especially the big ones. Foul shooting wasn't a problem, 86.2%. Can't complain about that, but I can complain about their shooting was awful. 19 of 49 from the field, 4 of 20 from downtown. In the turnovers, we had 15 and only 6 assists. The key to our game was to have over 10. So this one stings a lot. It sucks, but all you can do is prepare for the next one. Tuesday, Ole Miss, another big one. They are 8-8 in the conference. So we win against them on Tuesday. We move up into the conference. So it'd be big time. Tuesday, March 2nd, 9 o'clock p.m. See you guys then. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had a lot of fun. Tough nail-biting game, but it is what it is.